Morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? It's running a little behind schedule today. Trying to keep up with getting ready. Got up late. Actually slept in today. I'm normally up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I did not get up until 6:30. I really slept in. How are we all? Give everybody a few minutes to get in. Hey, Mad Love. How you doing this morning? Everybody ready with their handy dandy crochet hook and some yarn or your knitting needles, whichever portion you're here for. Please feel free to share this live with your friends. I want to teach anybody and everybody who wants to learn. Doesn't matter what age group, doesn't matter what gender, doesn't matter where you're from. As long as you have access to TikTok, I'm here to teach. So share away. I'm doing pretty good this morning. Didn't get up, like I said, until 6:30, which is like almost like anywhere from 2 to 3 hours extra sleep. So I think I was just a little too overzealous on the weekend. My body needed a little extra rest. But I am still not sure what we are going to try to make today. I might go ahead and do the bucket hat or start the bucket hat with you guys today. We're going to do some pattern assisting to help others that are having issues with patterns. And for the new crocheters, it will be practicing your stitches. So we're going to follow along. I just need to make sure that this is charged up and plugged in. We're going to go ahead and plug it in so we don't have any issues. Hopefully my tablet will cooperate because I do not have enough ink in my printer to currently print out black and white print for a pattern. So bear along with me. Alright, let me go in here and go to this pattern link. If you need to leave TikTok to be able to, or leave the live, I will wait a few minutes. It's going to take me a few minutes here to get this laptop up and going. See, a lot of people are joining. Thank you for the likes. Please feel free to share this live with whoever you think might want to learn to knit or crochet. Just scrolling through my comments here to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. Come on, tablet, cooperate. All right, here. It's taken me a minute to get everything going here. I had a little late start this morning, so bear with me. Going in here to pull up this pattern that I linked in my bio for the basic crochet bucket hat. It should be the very top one. If you're looking in there at that, and it is a Pinterest pattern, and all right, we're getting that to open up here. This one does use the magic circle So I will teach you the magic circle. It's like an extension of the slip knot that I do. It lets you work all the stitches in the circle and then tighten it up before you start. I don't know if Debbie is in here. Debbie Gardner, if you're in here, give me a holler, because we're going to work on that bucket hat pattern that you had asked for. And we will be using half double crochets and chains in this one. Half doubles is my favorite stitch. So I don't know if Debbie's in here or not, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Not seeing it anymore. Okay. Good morning, Sheila. How are you, honey? We're getting started on that bucket hat pattern that I had linked in my bio. I'm going to start off by showing you guys how to do the magic circle. Move this out of the way so I don't knock it over. And hopefully my dogs will be quiet because they're sitting here in the room. Good morning, good morning. User 597 and a bunch of other numbers. I can't read all those numbers off. That's a lot of numbers. But good morning to you. To do the magic circle, I hold the yarn with my thumb and my ring finger. I wrap it around these two, make an X on the back side, and when I flip it over, it should be two separate lines, and I hold it here. You might find a more comfortable way. There's no one right way. This is just the way that I hold it. Put my crochet hook in with the hook side down underneath the first one. Grab the second one and pull it through. I give it a little twist so it holds on to the needle. Then I come over here and grab this and I'm looking at my camera view, that's why it's hard for me to see what I'm doing. Grab this yarn over here that I'm holding with my pinky and pull it through that little twisted loop that I made there. And then I just take my fingers out. Do not untwist this, leave it together just like it is. Because if you untwist it, it'll make it hard to pull. Give me just a minute, please. This weather's got my allergies acting all up. Just give that a little snug up there. Okay, and then we are going to start with the first row of our pattern. We're going to make 8 half double crochets in this circle. This is almost like chaining 4 and then slip stitching in the first chain and making your circle that way. This allows you to control the hole in the middle more than doing it the old-fashioned way. So we're going to go ahead and chain 1 and do the 8 half doubles, 8 half double crochets, which is abbreviated as HDC. Sometimes they put it in capital letters, sometimes they don't. Now to do a half double crochet, we are going to what we call yarn over, which is grabbing the yarn here on the hook. We're going to go into this circle and we're going to pull up another loop or stitch. And we have 3 stitches on our crochet hook right now. We are going to go through 2 at a time. So we are going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, we're going to repeat that process 7 more times for a total of 8. Make sure I don't have to stop watching this in the camera view. Okay. Just making sure that I'm going slow enough for you to see and make sure that I have my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. We've got 4 there now. Thank you for all the follows, the likes. It's going to be a little harder for me to keep up with comments as I'm instructing. We are making a basic bucket hat. Kyla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. Okay. If you would like to see anything else crocheted during the class today, please, drop it in the comments. Okay. I did link the pattern that we're working off of in my bio. It's in there for everybody. Any of the patterns that I'm going to be using, I will link in the bio. So that way you have a chance to look at it. I try to have it up by Sunday, prior to Tuesday's class. That way, if you want to try and do some of it on your own, you can. If you want to wait for class, that works as well. If you have any problems, you can always hit me up with a message here on TikTok or any of the other links that I have that have messaging. If you need to send a picture because your work just doesn't seem like it's coming out right and you not know what's wrong, snap a picture, send it to me in the Facebook Messenger, and I can help you. Now we're going on to round 2 here in just a minute. We are going to slip stitch in the first half double crochet. Okay, so the chain 1 that we did in the beginning does not count as a stitch. It just is to get us to the height of the stitch that we are to make. So we are not going to attach here like we normally do in that chain. We are going to come over here to the top of the first half double crochet, and that's where we are going to slip stitch. Okay, now my slip stitch I know won't catch my tail, but I'm going to work over my tail by holding it along with these stitches here, and I'm going to work over that, which helps to keep from having to weave in a whole lot of ends when you finish your work. Okay, so round 2, we are going to chain 1, and we are going to do 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So in each one of these little stitches here, we are going to put 2 half double crochets. Thank you for the follows. For everybody joining, we're working the basic bucket hat that I have linked in my bio. And we are working round 2. So we are going to yarn over for a half double. And we are going to go right back into the one that we stitched into and do 2, because we have 8 stitches around, 2 stitches in each one. That's 16 stitches, so we have to get every one of them. So right back into that one that we joined in, and we're going to do 2 half doubles in that one. And this is basically how you increase with crochet, by putting multiple stitches in one spot, or by chaining in between, which creates a gap. We're going to go to the next stitch because we've got 2 in there. Do we have 2 in there? Yes, we have 2 in there. So we're going to go to the second stitch, and we're going to do 2 half doubles in there, and then all the way around. Now at this point, if anybody has any questions or anything that they'd like to see, I can answer questions now. Any comments? Because I can stop and take a look at those while I'm working around this and while you are working along or watching. Second one in there. Okay. Yes, I'm doing half double crochets, and I will show you how we do a half double crochet. You are going to yarn over, then you're going to go down into the next stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop through that stitch. You have 3 of them. Now you can do, what I'm actually doing is I'm pulling through all 3. Instead of doing 2 and then yarning over again and pulling through the next 2, which would be a double crochet. This is a half double. When I yarn over at this point, I go through all 3 loops, and that gives me a half double. I might have been doing a double crochet. I got to pay attention. I crochet so much, I just get to going sometimes. But yeah, you go through all 3 loops. And yeah, it looks like I was probably. But we're just going to leave it. It'll be okay. And next one, I'll show you that again. Thank you for bringing that up because I don't want to teach you all the wrong stitch the right stitch the wrong way. So again, down into the same stitch, you got 3 loops, you're going through all 3. I don't think so. I know the first row I did half doubles. I might have got a couple doubles on this one over here. But yeah, let me pull it back and see. That's a half. Yep, I did do a couple doubles. Yep. You can tell it's a double when you pull it out because you'll pull it. You just pull it lightly. If it doesn't pop through all 3, that was a double crochet. So yes, I did do the wrong stitch all the way around. Sorry about that. We'll go right back here to this beginning and we'll get our half doubles in order here. Yep. I'm not quite awake yet. I've only had a couple sips of coffee. We're going to blame it on that. All right, we're going to do half doubles. This is round 2. All the way through all 3. There we go. Half doubles. Double crochet would make the hat bigger. So if you have someone who has a larger head, you know, at the crown portion, you could do double crochets in this point to make this hat bigger. Okay? Little crocheter's tip. There are things you can do to alter a pattern to make them bigger. Okay? So yes, the double crochets would have made the hat slightly larger. And we want to make sure, yes, we're doing half doubles all the way through. Half doubles and yarn overs. 2 in each stitch all the way around. Are there any beginner crocheters here that we might be confusing today because you're not sure of the stitches? Please give me a holler so that I can be a little slower on the technique of these stitches to demonstrate them a little bit better for you. Let's go one. We need one more in there. And if there are people who have issues with patterns, please let me know, because I want to help you get past those issues if I can, and that just liberates you to be able to make any darn it thing that you want. If you're working big patterns, I can help you stitch-wise or row-wise, but I've got so many patterns going right now helping other people that in their large projects. They're not tiny projects. So I don't want to start anymore because I'm going to have too many things going and I can't do what I need to get done too. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 8. So we are going to slip stitch in the first half double of the round. So we are not going to be using this chain to secure. We're going to go over here to this first half double and we're going to secure that. Let me make sure that's the first half double. Put that in there and take a look. Nope, I think that's the chain. There's the half double. I got to double check because my eyesight is pretty bad. And because we are attaching in the first half double and skipping that chain, you are getting a little cone shape here. So if you've got some cone shaping, I didn't even check to see. I always just grab a 3.75. I'm sorry, honey. And it is listed in the pattern. Let me see here. A 4.5 millimeter hook. 4.5. So I'm down a little smaller. So this will probably be a kid's hat. But we're using this because I like the grip on this and I need to order some more of these. I got this crochet hook from a friend of mine, Get Crafty Brooks, and she just shared my live. Look at her. I love the grip for my hands because I have carpal tunnel and arthritis, and I have an autoimmune disease that makes my joints hurt like mad. This is the most comfortable I have ever had. And to be able to find that on a Susan Bates hook, I love it. I love it. So if you're having problems, and you want to try a new hook, check out Get Crafty Brooks. She's on Etsy. And she is here in this live. So if you see her little comment or whatever, you can hit her icon and go check out her page. She's got some good stuff over there. All right, we're off to row 3. We're going to start out with the chain 1 again. And this is going to be another increase round. We're going to put 2 half doubles in the first stitch and 1 in the second stitch. And it's going to go 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way around. So we're going to start that out, and I'm going to work it slow. I see you. I saw you in there when it showed me you shared my live. Thank you. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you this morning? So we're going to do the chain 1. And we are going to do our 2 half doubles in that same spot right there because we attached into the first stitch. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to do 2 half doubles right here. There's 1. And I'm going to let that drop because we've got it woven the whole last round. And there's 2. The next one, we're only going to do 1 half double. So, going into the stitch and through all 3 loops. Just having a cup of coffee. I'm still kind of working on mine. I had a late start this morning. So this stitch we're putting 2 in. And then the next one we'll do 1. And you do that all the way around. And as you're watching or working along with me, I'm going to do this on a slow scale. And again, check my comments. So if anybody has any questions, anything they'd like to see during class today, we're going to try and work through this. And this is just to give you some practice pretty much on half double crochet. And Miss Debbie Gardner, I don't know if she's in here, she had asked for pattern help with a bucket hat the last live that I was in. Make sure I'm getting these right because nope, I got to take a couple stitches back because I did 1 in each one, looking at my comments, just working right along. Okay, there's my last 2. 1, this one here should have 2. And I'll show you how you can tell if you have 1 stitch or 2 stitch in your things. Right here, this little hole is the half double from the previous row. Yes, Kim Ann, we're making a bucket hat. I did link the pattern in my bio if you want to work it and follow along. I don't have to have complete silence, KK, but sometimes when I've got a pattern that's got a lot of detail in it, I can't do it when anybody's home. Because everybody wants to ask me questions when I'm doing the hard patterns. When I'm doing the easy ones, nobody talks to me. So here we have, you can see your stitches in the bottom because it makes like a little hole. Okay. Here you can see we have just 1 stitch. This one here, 1 as well. This one here, it doesn't look like 1. It looks like 2, and it definitely is. And that's how you can tell. You find your little hole in there where you worked your stitch, and you can see 1 or 2. So if you have to go back because you're not sure, just like I did, talking and just feeling, because I feel for the holes. I can feel the holes. If you take and go like this at that V and give it a little pinch, you can feel it. And I can talk and not look at my work if I'm just doing 1 single thing all the way across. So crafting can be more than just sight. You know, you're feeling to make sure. And I get to go in with my stitches sometimes, and my husband, he looks at me and he says, how can you see, and we did 2 there, how can you see what it is that you're doing? And I said, I can see just fine. We're back. It kind of froze for a second. I don't know why it said resume live. I guess it got paused for some reason. But you're feeling your work as you go around. For some of the older crocheters and knitters. So we got one here. The next one is 2. Just make sure all the way around. And if I'm watching the video and I see if my hands aren't moving, I will pause until I can get things to resume back up. Because I know sometimes the internet can't be too reliable. And it's kind of windy out here today. So I hope that I don't lose you. Because if the internet goes down, there's nothing I can really do. Okay, do 1. And always make sure that when you come to the end of the row and you're doing alternating stitches like this one gets 2, that you make sure that you end with the stitch you're supposed to. So this one, we are doing 2 half doubles in the first stitch and 1 half double in the next. So when we end, we should end with a 2 and 1. And it looks like we're going to. Here's the 2. No, we're not. What happened? Because we've got 2 more stitches. One should go here, and then we've got this here. Unless, nope, that's right. That's the end where we did our slip stitch to connect the 2 together. So we get 1 here, and then we come over here to the first half double. Here's the chain. Let me find the top of that first half double right here. I do believe we're going to double check it. Yep. And we are going to do a slip stitch where we pull it through all of that. We're still getting a cone. I don't think we should get a cone. I don't know why. It's not that bad because here soon we should have a row where we just do 1 all the way around. And yes, we do. So this is going to flatten it out for us. No, it's not. It's another increase row. Let me take a look at this picture on this hat here real quick. Yeah, it does have a dome-shaped top. So we're good. Just not used to that dome-shaped top. Now, if you set this down and you can't remember what row you're on. Oh, is it? Did I? Yeah. Okay. So your guys's will be flat. Mine will be a little domed. It'll be okay. No biggie. Thank you, KK. So this row here, we are going to, which is row 4, we're going to chain 1. We are going to do 1 half double in the first stitch here. Okay, 1 half double. And then the repeat for the rest of the way around, we are going to do 2 half doubles in the next stitch. And then 1 half double in the stitch following, or in the next 2, sorry. 2 half doubles, and then a half double and a half double. So we're going to do the 2 here in this one. There's 1, 2. And my hat might look a little smaller than yours because, again, I'm using a 3.75. And the pattern calls for a 4.5 millimeter hook. So we're doing 2 in this one again. And then we're doing 1 in the next one. And then 1 in the next one. Okay, and we just repeat that all the way around. 2 half doubles. A half double in the next. And a half double in the next. Thanks for the likes, guys. We're just going to work that all the way around. I'm going to have to watch some of my videos and see how loud I am with this right up in my face like this. I noticed when I first started doing my lives, I turned my camera side or my phone sideways. When I uploaded them to YouTube, the videos are sideways. So I had to change my camera angle. We get 2 in this one. And then 1. and 1. 2 half doubles. And if I'm going too fast, you need to see the stitch, I'll slow down a little bit. And double check these comments here. Everybody coming in. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie, for the follow. Luna, thanks for all the likes. Really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to do a half double. Half double in the next stitch. Okay. Get my hands to work in here this morning. And then now we start to repeat again with 2 half doubles in the next stitch. And then a single in the next 2. And that doesn't leave me enough stitches. I don't know what I did. That only leaves me with 2 stitches. Actually 1 stitch, because that's going up. No. Just 1. What do we do? 1, 2. Right here. No, that's 1 and 1. How many stitches should we have at the end of this row? 32. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough stitches. What's going on here? I'm going to have to pull this out and start over because I cannot continue with the wrong stitch count. Let's start at this row and see. Go back to the 1 row. Let's make sure we got enough stitches on round 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pull this up here a little bit. My eyes don't want to work too well this morning. Let me go back here like that, past the connect together. That'll help me see it a little better. 1, 2, 3. Because I made a mistake back here. Let me do this again. Round 3 was 2 and then 1. Okay, that one had a wrong stitch count too. I did something, missed something somewhere. Just deal with me here for a minute so I can get this fixed. Talking and crocheting. Okay, we should have 16 here. We have 16 here, so row 2 is good. I'm going to work back through this really quickly. Attach this into the first half double. Let me make sure that I do this into the right one. Yep. Okay, and then we're doing round 3 again. It's 2 and 1. So I don't know if it's supposed to be warm today, but for some reason, maybe it's menopause. I'm getting warm and I have to come out of the sweater. All right. I'm going to do round 3 again. And I'm going to have to pay a little more attention. There's 12 stitches. Okay, there's our 24 stitches. And again, we're going to make sure that we slip stitch in the top of this half double. Which, put this in here and take a look and make sure. Yeah, right there. There we go. Made sure it wasn't in the chain 1. Now we should get the right stitch count for round 4, 32 stitches. So we're going to chain 1. Oh, yeah, we need the bullseye. Thank you, Lisa. We got it. We're making the bucket hat. Basic bucket hat. I do have the link in my bio. We are currently working up round 4 now. Again. So I'm going to get caught back up with you guys now. We have to do 1. And it's in the first half double, so that's right back down into the stitch where you secured your last row. And then we are going to do 2 in the next stitch and 1 in the stitch after that. So make sure I'm not going into the same. Yep, there we go. 2 half doubles. And then a single half double here. We're going to do 2 half doubles. No. Let me read that again. 1 in the next stitch. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 1, and 1 in the next stitch. There we go. So the next stitch you're going to get 2 half doubles. And then the next 2 stitches you're going to get 1 half double in. And I'm just working a little faster so that I can catch back up. This is the row that I found out that we didn't have the right stitch count on. So I'm going to work around this as I talk to you guys. We got 2 singles. Okay. Need 2 in here. 2 half doubles. And then the next 2 stitches get 1 half double. And I'm going to slow down a little bit so that I can show you the technique of the stitch if you're working along. A half double crochet, you're going to do what they call a yarn over. And then you're going to go down into your next stitch, which looks like a little V here from the top angle. And you can see the little hole that is created. So you're going to go into this hole, yarn over, and pull through. You have 3 loops on the crochet hook, and for a half double, you're going to go through all 3. Okay, so I want to double check and make sure we're back again on 2 in this one. And then we're going to go 1 in the next stitch, and 1 in the stitch after that. Okay. Again, we'll get 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next, and 1 in the next. Okay, and then when I get this row done, I'm going to go and count and make sure that I have 48 stitches. Oh, that was a double. Make sure I have 48 stitches around. Okay. Normally I'm counting my stitches as I go, but I can't count and talk at the same time. It just doesn't work. I can count out loud, but you're not going to be talking while you're counting out loud. Okay. This is something that you have to do with crochet, counting your stitches when you're doing stitch increases and stuff. Normally if I'm working, when we get to the part where we're going to work in the round and just do the same number of stitches for a while, I normally only count my stitches every couple of rows, but as a new crocheter, you're going to want to make sure that you count every row. Take the time, and we have 2 more stitches here, so we finished up, or actually 3 more stitches, sorry. So we finished up right this round because we got everything right the previous round. So if you don't count your stitches as you go through, you should count your stitches and in the first half double. Count your stitches at the end of the row so that you make sure that when you go through that you can go on to the next. Now, you can either count them this way or you can count them from the top. It is quicker for me, and we are secured into this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Yep, all the way around, 32. And that's what we need. All right, round 5. Okay, we are going to chain 1. If everybody's on round 5, we'll keep going. If not, and you're still looking at something else, you should have what looks like a flat disc. I had done the wrong stitches in the middle, so mine's bowing up a little bit, but it's okay. So you should have a flat circle at this point. So for round 5, we are going to chain 1. We are going to put 2 half doubles in the first stitch, which is where we just secured. So it had you secure it into the first stitch. Get our half doubles in here. And then we are going to do 1 half double in the next 3 stitches. And we're going to repeat that around. Okay. We're making a basic bucket hat, Rebecca. We are actually on row 5. Yes, I've made a sweater before. I think that's Des. Currently working on one. Currently working on a couple of sweaters, but I'm currently working on one here. And I think I might take a day for each project that I'm working on and do a live. Thank you, Brooksy, for the likes. Yes, I got a lot of different things going on. Row 5. Okay, we did our 2, and now we're going to do 1 half double in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. For anybody who's new here watching, I do teach this class every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have been doing a lot more lives on here, just showing some of the work that I'm doing and doing some instruction. So it just depends on when I jump in. I really haven't scheduled anything yet because of my health. It is hard to schedule things because autoimmune diseases don't give you warnings. Okay. Got 2 and then 3. Now we're going to keep on going around with 2 half doubles in 1, and then 1 half double in the next 3 stitches following. I want to throw a little shout out there for one of my friends. Are there anybody here who lives in Illinois? Do we have any Illinois residents here? Okay, now I got 2 in this one. No Illinois residents here today. Well, we're going to shout her out anyway. Home Hookin' has an event coming up at Forest Fest in Morris, Illinois. It's coming up June 3rd. She'll be there with a lot of the products that she's made. She's got amigurumi. She's got a little bit of amigurumi. Most of her stuff is wearables, crop tops and the such. You can check her out. She's here on TikTok as well, Home Hookin' Shop. And she's getting ready for that big event in June. Last minute prep. I'm so excited for her. I hope she sells out. I hope she sells out. We're going to cross our fingers for her. Yes. Is that Beatrice? Yes, autoimmune diseases are horrible. But I do my best to not let it stop me. Okay, and we are going to finish up the repeat here, and I did see something in the directions about the last stitches. It says repeat 2 half doubles in the next stitch, 1 half double in the next 3 stitches around, end with 1 half double in the last 2 stitches. So if you ever have 2 stitches left like this, don't think your stitch count's wrong. Read your rest of your directions again, because sometimes I don't read it all the way through. I just read what's the next step and do that, and then look and stop again. So we're going to do the 1 half double in the last 2 stitches as directed by the pattern. And then what I'm going to do is take the time again to count my stitches all the way around. And yep, we're good. All the way around. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first half double, and we should have 40 stitches as dictated by the pattern. And we're on to round 6. Okay, we go all the way to row 10. Row 10 is where we're going to start doing the body of the hat. Okay. Got to keep an eye on my time here. We might have to, if we have any knitters here, please. Oh, multiple sclerosis and lupus. Oh, those are terrible. 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 I have fibro and a thyroid disorder. Me, myself, and I. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of warriors here today. So we're going to go on to round 6 and chain 1, which brings us up to our stitch height. Thyroid disease is no joke. No, it is not. And you have to stay on the hormones that they give you no matter what, because if you don't, you go crazy. I have went off my thyroid medicine for a while because I didn't feel like it was helping. Oh my God. Mood swings, anxiety. My body was cold or hot, and it didn't matter if it was summer or winter. I could be cold as an ice cube in the middle of summer. But yeah, it is absolutely no joke. But again, the chain 1 in the pattern brings you up to your stitch height, because if we didn't chain 1, it would pull this down the first stitch. So if anybody was curious as to why that's there like that, that's because it brings you up to the stitch height in your pattern. We're going to do 1/2 double in the first stitch, 1/2 double in the second stitch. So we're going to do that, and then I will read the repeat. So let's go ahead and do 1 in the first stitch, 1/2 double in the second stitch. I don't want to check and make sure I didn't miss any comments. No, we're good. Everybody coming in, we're making a basic bucket hat. If you want to follow along, I do have a link in my bio for the pattern that we are currently using. If you have pattern issues, I would like for you to try and follow along with the pattern, and whatever issue you have, I want to try and help you get past it so it frees you up to make any pattern that you want. So we're going to continue on with row 6, and we're at the repeat portion. We're going to do 2 half doubles in the next stitch, and then 1/2 doubles in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So for those watching that are just joining, to do a half double crochet stitch, you are going to do what they call a yarn over. And then you're going to go down into your next stitch, what looked like a little V. You see that little V there, right here? Got it blocked off right here, that little V. We're going to go down underneath of both of those into this little hole that was created here by the stitch. Your crochet hook should slide through there relatively easy. You shouldn't have a whole lot of resistance. And then, oh, we missed half that stitch there. Let's make sure we got the whole stitch on. Let's do that portion over again. Yarn over, go down and through, get a hold of your yarn with your crochet hook here, and you're going to pull it through, and then you're going to pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet, and I'll show you that again because we're going to do a second stitch in that same spot. Yarn over, go into your stitch. You're going to pull up a loop from the back side. So just grab a hold of your string there, pull it through your loop, and you've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again and pull through all 3. Okay, now we're going to do 1/2 double in the next 4. Oh, Brooklyn, I'm telling you, you have to go check out Get Crafty Brooks. I love this hook. My hands don't cramp. It doesn't affect my arthritis or my carpal tunnel. I can crochet for hours, as long as I don't get tired. But I get tired before my hand starts hurting with this crochet hook. I love it. I'm going to have to get a whole set. But yeah, Get Crafty Brooks. She was in here a little while ago. I don't know if she's still in here. Brooksy, you still in here? If you are, holler. Okay, so we need to do 3 more half doubles, 1 in each one. So we got 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it is a Susan Bates hook. I think that she's going to be getting some clover hooks for anybody who's interested in those. I don't know if she does the boy hooks. You'll have to check her out. She is on Etsy too. Get Crafty Brooks. Okay, now we're doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 4. And we're going to do that repeat all the way around. And pretty much me having to back up that 1 row shows you that stitch count is important. Very much so, because if you don't get it right on this row, it'll be messed up on the next row. So we are going to make sure that I show you every aspect of what you should be doing. Don't do it like I do. You'll always be pulling it back. That's what happens with crocheters that have a little more seasoned. We get confident with what we're doing, and we just take off and start going. And we don't pay attention. And then we discover it rows later, and we have to pull several rows out. Oh, Felicia, you ordered a hook? Oh, you are going to be so excited when you get that hook. Yeah, she was doing some customs. I don't know if she has, I know she had to order some more hooks, if she's got them in yet to do any more customs. But yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, we're back to the 2 half doubles in the 1 stitch. And 1 half double in the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we get to the 9 o'clock mark, it's normally when we switch over to knitting. If there's nobody here that wants to see the knitting, we can continue on with this bucket hat today. We're going to do 4 half doubles, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches. If there's anybody here who does want to see some knitting, or something in particular knitting wise, go ahead and throw that in the comments now while I can see, and at 9 o'clock we'll stop. If not, we will continue on with this. I'm on my second of the 4. Because I did not plan anything for today. So I'm just kind of going off of what other people have requested to see being made that were in the class. 1, 2, 3, we gotta do 1 more half double. And then when I get this repeat portion done here, I'm going to check my pattern again. 1 more half double. Let's see what we got left. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have it. Yep. And this one doesn't have any extra stitches, so we should be just fine. 1, 2. All right, come on. 3. And 1 more. Okay, we're going to slip stitch in the top of the first half double of the previous round. I'm just going to lay this down here for a minute. Check my comments. Welcome everybody who's joining. We are currently working on a basic bucket hat. We are using worsted weight yarn, and the pattern calls for a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Getting a little sip of coffee here while I take a break. I do have the pattern linked for anyone else who is interested. For everyone coming in, I do have this class here every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anybody is welcome to join. And I am live throughout the week, just working on little projects or showing. I don't think that I crochet tightly, but I just like a 3.75 hook, and the fact that this has got the grippers on it, I just have to use it. Yeah, I've been crocheting for years too. It's been 40 plus years, crochet and knit. But I don't see a whole lot of comments for people wanting to see knit, so we might just go ahead and continue on. I got 2 more minutes until 9, and it gives us the second half. H or I, yeah. This hook I use a lot when I do my stuffies or my amigurumi, simply because it doesn't give you a lot of holes, and it's small enough to where, or not small enough to where it makes your stuff feel like cardboard, because you've crocheted it so tightly. Well, thank you, Robin. Thank you for watching, and if you can't get it the way I'm teaching, please just throw in the comments. I still don't quite understand. Can you do it again? I will use different words. Sometimes it's just a keyword that gives you that aha moment. I got it. So that's what I try for. You have really tight tension, SJ. Sometimes that can be a problem. Robin, yes, I am on YouTube. It is still the Yarnologist. I use the same little icon that I use here on TikTok. There is a link in my bio that will take you directly to my YouTube channel, my Instagram page, my Facebook Messenger if you need to send a picture of what you're working on or a line out of a paid pattern row. If it's a paid pattern, please only send the specific line you're having problems with. If I need more, I might go ahead and purchase the pattern if it's something that I would like to make later. If it's a free pattern, just send me a link for the pattern and where you're having issues, and I can help you. Yeah, I'm here. I will teach you. My mother taught me, and she had the patience of Job. When it come down to patterns, I couldn't understand the abbreviations. I couldn't get past them. My mother would write out by hand the complete pattern, and she would put the abbreviations in parentheses after the word. Yeah, if you go to if you go to my TikTok on my profile page, or just my TikTok page, below my name and before all of my videos, there is a little Linktree link, and there's a link in there for everything. It would be a lot easier. There are a couple of yarnologists on YouTube and here on TikTok, so that's one of the reasons why I went to this. I don't think it'll allow me to change the name, but yeah. So, ba-ba. You're a lefty. Were you the one who I showed the left-handed knitting to? Oh, morning, Riffraff. I think you were, Robin. No, I did demonstrate the left-handed knitting because somebody did say something about it in one of the lives that I did. Okay, now I'm sitting here talking and I don't know which row we're on. I'm going to show you how to figure out what row you're on. You start at your middle circle and you can see these little circles around each one. Okay, we're going to count. There's one. Let me take my needle out here. From this center circle to the first row, there's one row. This is the second row. This is the third row. This is 4, 5, and 6. That's how you tell your rows. Now, if you pick it up and you haven't been crocheting very long and you don't know which way you should start working, if you pick it up like this, you see how you can't really see a little bit of those V's, which are on the top here. This is the back side of your work. This here is the front side. You see how you can see a slanted version of your V stitches here? This is the side you want facing you when you pick it up. Yeah. You didn't know I could what? Start off on the wrong side for crochet? I'm not sure what that comment was for. But yeah, this would be the right side of your work. You can see the little divots here. On the other side, it's not as easy to see those little divots in between your rows. And you definitely don't see, this is the back loop. Okay, you're actually seeing this loop right here on the back side. But yeah, if you set it down, I'll knit left-handed. You can knit left-handed. If you're left-handed dominant, you can knit left-handed. Something that I was told by a left-handed crocheter or knitter, if you watch a tutorial on YouTube and they are right-hand knitting, set the phone into some type of cradle carrier stand and face it away from you. Put a mirror in front of your phone and watch it through the mirror. It should turn it around to where you can see it left-handed. Yeah, you can knit left-handed. There's a lot of lefties that knit left-handed. I've never had the honor of teaching one. I did try left-handed knitting, and you could see I was like a beginning knitter with that one there. So, no. So we're going to go on. We're on row 7 now. And we're just going to go ahead and work this bucket hat. And I might work over or stay over past 10. no later than 10:20. And we'll see if we can't get this hat done today. And I definitely will do some knit for the knitters who might be jumping in. We'll do it later on in the week. So round 7, we're going to chain 1. We're going to do 2 half doubles in the first stitch and 1 half double in the next 5. And that's going to be our repeat for this row. So in the first stitch, we're going to do 2 half doubles. And that's the same stitch that you just slip stitched in. Because it says first half double, not next half double. So make sure you pay attention to your pattern lingo. And now we're going to do 1 half double in the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do that repeat all the way around. 2 half doubles in the 1 stitch, 1 half double in the next 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you all are a little faster than me, because I'm trying to show a little demonstration, I can crochet a lot faster than this, but I am in limited space and working around stuff in front of my face, so it kind of does slow me down a little. But if you are working on ahead, please do. So I'd like to try and finish this hat today. I'd like you to leave class with a finished product, if I can. Because basically, for me, it's just helping you read a pattern, helping demonstrate so you can learn the stitches, and missing some comments here. Helping you practice stitches, and once you've got certain stitches down, it makes it easy. Oh, handmade fibers. Yes, Robin. There is a couple of alpaca farms here local where I live. I want to go check them out in the spring. And there's actually one that they actually dye and spin the fibers there. They have a store where they sell the stuff that they have done. Oh, your parents, they're going to end up with one. Oh, let me double check and make sure that we've got the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're back to 2 half doubles in this stitch. And then we're going to do 1 half double in the next 5. I want to see somebody actually, not on a video, I want to see somebody actually dye and spin. Oh, it's full of fiber. Yeah, whatever videos I watch, that's what it's full of. So one day I'll watch, funny videos, and then the next day it's full of funny videos. And the other day, a bunch of friends will share videos, and I'm looking at those, and then my algorithm will be full of those types of videos. So I think I've got the TikTok of like me and all my friends, because we be sharing the same videos with each other. It's funny. I think 3 or 4 of us shared the same video to one person. I think that might be something that I'd like to do. GeoAnth is actually, I don't know if I'd want to do it, all the time, but I think it would be neat to try it just one time. And something that's funny, we had went out, my family, my husband, we had went out to dinner, and we come back, and there is a antique store that is like 2 buildings down from where I live. Okay, where is my 2? There's my 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. And they have a spinning wheel in there, an actual spinning wheel. And I looked at it and went crazy gaga over it, and my husband called me Rapunzel. No, it was my daughter who called me Rapunzel. My husband turned around and called me Rumpelstiltskin. It was funny. It's one of those trips where, you know, you go out to eat with your family and you've got a bunch of people in the car with you, and the conversation just goes crazy, and it's nothing but laughter in the car. And those are the best times. The best times. All right, we got two half double crochets in this one and 5 in the next. Okay. Now, I'm noticing that we have 3 stitches left, and we shouldn't have 3 stitches left, and I didn't count the last round. I don't know what is going on. So, the direction is 2 half double. No? We're on 7. Are we on 7? Did I skip a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have, I'm looking at row 6, 2. 1, 2, 3. There's my 2. There's the next 2. Yeah, we did the right on the last row. Let me go through here and see what we got. This is what I get for not looking at this pattern first before. 2 half doubles in the first stitch and then 1 in the next 5. 2, 3, 4. Right here, I think, is where I made my mistake. Nope. 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's 2. There's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're coming up with 3 stitches left. And it should go all the way around. So we had an issue on the last round. So now, again, here, I'm going to show you that we got to pull it all out. That last row out. Oh, you've already ordered your first wheel. Sorry, I missed your comment trying to find where we made this error on here. Come back down here to row number 6. Back to where we ended. I'm going to extend this here a little bit. Yeah, extend that a little bit. Let's see here. What do we got? We should have 48 stitches at the end of row 6. So 1, 2, 3. We have too many stitches. But we had extra holes. What the heck happened? 40 stitches on round 5. 1, 2, 3. Right there. I have 2 stitches right here. I'm going to show you where my issue is. I have 2 stitches right here in this stitch. And then I went 1, 2, 3. And then I have 2 stitches here. And it should have been 4. So we got to go all the way back to the... I'll take this one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start over round 6. I'll start over round 6. You guys don't have to. Is anybody crocheting along, or is everybody just watching? I have to make sure 1/2 double in the first stitch, 1/2 double in the second stitch. I'll get around here real quickly. 2 and 4, okay. Three and 4. Is there anybody who's crocheting along with me on here today? Or everybody just watching? I'm making all kinds of mistakes today. Today was a off day. I got up late. I'm usually up by 4. I didn't get up till 6:30. And then trying to get set up. I should have checked this pattern out yesterday and tried it out before. I just tried to go on here and wing it. But that's the way I do. I just like to wing it. Because that's what life has taught me. Just wing it. Just do it. You know, life is short. Have fun doing what you like to do. Make sure you get that in there. Got to have a balance in life. Your don't want to do's should match up with your want to do's. You shouldn't have more don't want to do's. Oh, you're working on a chevron blanket. Yeah, YOLO. That's right, Mad Love, YOLO. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're back to the 2. And I'm going to have to make sure to count my stitches on this round. Let me tell you what crochet is going to teach me today. Count your stitches. Okay. We're going to do 2 in this one. And then 4. 4. Now we've got 1, 2, 3. I only got 4 stitches left. We're going to fix this because we're going to have our 48 stitches for this round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a double here, or 2 stitches here, not a double. A half double, half double. And then in this last stitch, I'm going to put 2 to get my stitch count right. You can do this as a crafter. Just make sure that you're not putting 2 doubles together because you will cause your work to bunch up a good bit, and you don't want it to do that. Okay, now we're back to, I think, row 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that was row 6. Yes. Okay, we're going to slip stitch to join together. We're going to start row 7 over again. 2 half doubles in the first stitch. Let me double count these and make sure, but it should match up because it did at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have 2 extra stitches. How in the world? See, this is why I should have tried this pattern out, because the directions are giving me exactly what I'm supposed to do, but the stitch counts are not coming out right, and I did put extra stitches in here. So let me see here. We're going to do it this way. That's our chain. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we got 48 stitches right there. We are going to Leave it at that, and we are going to slip stitch into the top of our first half double. Okay, now one thing I'm going to try, instead of doing that, we're on to row 7. Instead of doing that into the first stitch, we're going to move over one, because I think that's where I'm getting extra stitches from. Okay, so instead of connecting and doing our next stitches in the where we secured and did our slip stitch, we're going to go over here to this next one, and we're going to see if that doesn't fix it. See, pattern issues, pattern issues. So we're going to do 2 half doubles. I like to try and do these and work out all of these issues before I show you, because I don't want you to think I don't know what I'm talking about. But sometimes you will run into a pattern that stitch counts just won't work out. If you're a little more talented, you can figure out what is supposed to be done and do different. Scallop pattern. A scallop pattern for the hat, Gail. Welcome everybody who's coming in. Thank you for the share, Donna. I appreciate it. Now we are going to do 2 half doubles and then 1 half double in the next 5 stitches. Okay, so we did our 2. We're going to do 1 half double in the next 5 stitches. Three, 4, 5. We got a little knot here in our yarn. Always work it loose. You pull on it, it'll make it tighter. My mother taught me that. So we are going to continue on 2 half doubles. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. And 1 half double in the next 5 stitches. Moving a little faster here so I can get us caught back up. If anybody needs me to slow down and demonstrate the stitch. Oh, you would like to see a scalloped edge to go around a blanket. All right. Gail. When we get finished, or you're working on a scalloped edge, or you want to see one, I'm not sure. Let me clarify. And we just went and did a whole bunch of singles. So there's our double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one here needs to be 2 and 1. Talking and not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the thing to working in a circle. Debbie. You have to know your stitches, what your stitches look like when you work in a circle. I did a circle down here, and I can show you. Let's see here. We started over here, so my starting line would be right here. Okay? This right here is 1 stitch. Okay? You can actually pull your work apart, and you can feel the little indents that are in between your stitches. And on this one, I have, if I look down here at the bottom, this little 2-piece here is 1. Here's 1. 1 here. There's 1 here. You get to know what your stitches look like, and then you can count them. There is no secret to keeping count other than not having anybody talk to you while you're counting, which is hard to do. Oh, Kathy G, good morning from Florida. I bet you it's nice down there. Oh, you want to see a scalloped edge? Yes, I can show you one here in just a little bit. Okay. If we run out of time, my husband does call to check on me because of my health, and he wants to make sure I'm all right while he's at work. So he calls me on his lunch break. So from 10:30 to 11, I'm unavailable. But after that, I might come back on and show some things. I might stop this after a certain round so I can show some of what you're asking for. And then I will pick this back up exactly where we stopped from next class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me finish up this row here. I know famous last words. Just one more row. And next thing you know, it's in the middle of the night or early morning. And you should have went to bed a long time ago. 4 and 5. Okay. 2 in this stitch and 1 in each of the next 5. 3, 4, 5. And I think what I might end up doing is dividing my classes into basics and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get this finished up and then I'll finish my thought as long as I don't forget it. Talking about dividing classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I'm going to leave this here like this, and I will check that stitch count. But we're up to row 7, and I'm going to write that down here so I don't forget that for next class. And we will continue on with this bucket hat since we've got some requests next class. If anyone was working on this with me and they have the courage to continue on, please do so. And we will pick this back up on the next class. I need to look up a pattern here very quickly for the scalloped edge. I can show you. It's not... Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is crocheting along with me. They might be working on other projects, wanting to know if I'm going to do something. I can come back on later after my phone call and finish up with this hat if anybody else was working on it. I probably will. But I need to go see if I can't find a scalloped edge, and I can work up a little section here for you. I am prepared with a couple skeins of yarn today, so I don't have to get up and go to my shelf and get yarn. There's all different kinds of edging, and if you go on Pinterest and you look for blanket edging, crocheted blanket edging, they have ones where you can do little elephants around the side of the blanket. You can do little cupcakes around the side. There's all different types of edgings on Pinterest. And I use Pinterest mostly. Sorry about that. I do go to Ravelry for a lot of my patterns too, or directly to the yarn supplier, like Yarnspiration for Red Heart or Lion Brand. Plus, I think I've been collecting patterns for 30 plus years now. So I got enough patterns to keep me busy forever. Oh, Gail, you're not a bother. I want to tailor this class to what these students want to see. So that way you're getting full benefit of the class. I just haven't gotten a whole lot of response to be able to, show little things. It's all been pattern help or knowing how to do a certain item. So that's what it's been here lately. So I've been able to get a little bit more of what the student wants instead of what I want to show you. Okay. Pulling up a scallop crochet edging. Oh, that's pretty simple. That is pretty simple. And I will link this pattern in there that I'm using. And you can go back on Pinterest. Pinterest is a free app that you can put on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. They've got tons of knit and crochet patterns that are all, they have all free and paid patterns. They have, and I don't want a tutorial. I just want a pattern. I think I'll show this one. Because it does give a chart too. So I'm going to work with this one because I want you guys to learn some of the charts for crochet, because some pattern designers, we will just write a chart. And I want you to be able to understand the chart as well. So I'm going to save this one, and I will link tree that later. But basically what you're doing, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you how I do a slip knot. Yeah, if you can find somebody on YouTube that'll show you, you know, the technique of how they do it, not just how the stitch is done, because sometimes you can't see every aspect. Debbie Harkness, I am in Pennsylvania. I am Eastern Standard Time. Currently, right now, it is 9:32 where I am at. So we're going to go ahead and I do a slip knot. I hold it with the thumb and ring finger up over the index and middle finger, wrap it around those two, make a little X on the back side, turn it over to the front, and I hold that yarn right there just like that. And I go in here like this, pull it through. I give a little turn so I don't lose that loop off of there. Then I just let go of everything and tighten it up. Slip knot. If you start doing something like I'm just showing you a technique on how to do a stitch, this helps you not have to keep cutting knots out of your work. Slip knot will pull right out. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain. It looks like that scallop is worked over. Okay, over 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to do multiples of 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and give me 2 for turning. All right, we're going to do a row of double crochets back across that. So you're going to go, give me 3 for turning. It might give me an extra 2 chains from the hook, and you're going to do a double crochet. 2 chains from the hook gives you the height to match your stitch so that you don't bend it over. Actually, I probably should have done a 3, but that's okay. So I just need to get a double crochet row so I can show you how they have done the scallops. It's really easy. This would be the border edge of your blanket when I get this done. And you can work this on the edge really without having to, actually you'd have to do it I guess in 2 rows. One row around would set up for your being able to attach your scallops. And when I do get off of here from this, at 10 o'clock or 10:30, if we go back to the hat, which we might if we have time. If not, I'll continue it on next. I don't want to say I'm going to come back today because I might not, but definitely the next live that I do, I will. Okay, when we get to the end of this row, we're going to turn. Okay, now this row, we're going to chain 2. We are going to set up for our scallops, okay? we're going to do a double crochet in this first stitch. Okay. And then we are going to chain 3. We are also going to skip 2 down here. So we're going to skip the next 2 stitches and go to the third one and do a double crochet. 1, 2, go into the third stitch and do a double crochet. Okay. And then we are going to chain 3 more. Again, we're going to skip 2 down here and do a double crochet in the third. Okay. Because I'm using a larger yarn, this is going to stand up really big, but you're going to be able to see the technique really good. This one here, it looks like they're using like a sock weight yarn for this. But you'll see this way really good. And you're going to chain 3 again. And you're going to go to the third one and do a double crochet. Okay. Chain 3 again. And we are going to skip 2 and do a double crochet. I know this isn't the last stitch. This one here is. But we're going to skip over here because I didn't do quite enough. Actually, let's just do it in the last stitch. That way it doesn't drag it down the side. Okay, now when we turn this around, we are going to go straight from here, and in each of these, actually not in each of these, we're going to work around this chain 3 section here, and we are going to put 6 double crochets in this space. Okay, so we're going to chain 2, and actually I don't think they chained 2. They didn't chain 2 because we don't want to bring it up to stitch height. It's a scallop. So right from here, you're going to go like you're going to do a double crochet. Wrap it around, go into your space, and do your double crochet. Okay. You're going to do 6 of those in that same space. 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4. See, I didn't fold my work back over. And I'm going into the other stitches. 5. And one more makes 6. Okay. Now, in this second set, you are going to do a single crochet right there into this space. And then from here, you're going to go right over into this next space and do a double crochet. And then you're going to put a total of 6 double crochets in this space. So we're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is on a large scale. Okay, so the spaces in here aren't going to be as big. I mean, if you use this hook and this particular one, they will be. You can adjust this to make it to where, and then this one is just going to be a slip stitch, or a single crochet, I'm sorry, into the space. And that gives you your scallop edging. And again, like I said, this is done on a large scale. You do want to skip 2 or skip spaces down here when you're chaining over to give you your space for your scallop. But that is a basic scallop. Now let me get... Yeah, you're not going to find a whole lot of videos on TikTok. Simply because... And Gail, I hope that helped for a scalloped edge for you, honey. I will link this one here later as soon as I get off from this live and show you. There's more down here that show you more scallops underneath of this pattern. Welcome, Shark Tail. You're only 1 hour behind. Debbie, are you in Central Time? Thank you for the follows. Brooksy, somebody was asking about your hooks. I hope you're still in here. Yeah, Kathy, you taught yourself to read patterns. Yeah, you had to buy books for patterns. You didn't have this stuff online. Or I found a lot of knit and crochet magazines that I bought that only had one pattern in it, but you couldn't find it anywhere else. So you had to buy the whole thing. So that's the bad thing about it being in a book or a magazine. Oh, you're welcome, Gail. Yeah. I've got some pattern books over here. I'm just going to show you some of them. I was donated this with a bunch of yarn and crochet hooks and knitting needles. It was part of an estate sale and the stuff didn't go. So they said anybody who wants it, and my sister and I went to go get it. And in with these, and I have to save these because this is like historic stuff here. This lady actually, and I'm not going to show addresses or anything like that, but I need to find. She ordered these through the mail and had to wait for them to come in the mail. Now, this was way before my time. Way before my time. And they came like this. Somebody had to hand type these out. There was no photocopying. And this is a pattern for a knitted vest. There's no picture. So I have no idea what it looks like. And this is how this lady got her patterns. Through the mail. So, yeah, I need to, and I even have the letters. This was in 1965, post-dated. I don't know if you can see that post date on there. 1965. And these are out of a pattern book. This is pages out of a pattern book. And some of these aren't quite so old. This one here. It is for a knitted pillbox hat, and it's done on, it looks like type print from a typewriter. And there was, when we went and picked these up, there were, she's actually, I'm going to cover that up. She's actually made notations on here for directions, I guess. But here's another one that came from Needlecraft Services, and that's the envelope that they sent it in. There was some patterns in here. This one I kept a hold of for making little pocket things that you can hang on your wrist to knit in public. Put your yarn in. But yeah, I mean, I was amazed that these patterns actually came hand typed. It's not even print type. It's like hand typed. And a bunch of the little pamphlet books, 29 cents. And this is from Red Heart. And just all kinds of little, knitted projects in here. 29 cents for a book. And I've got a bunch of them. Here's a knitted dress. Shawls and ponchos, 35 cents. I have a ton of these. I have a whole stack of just little old pamphlets. And I keep these over here. Oh no, you'll never see that price again. Yes, you wanted a teddy bear. I did shoot you, Marie. I did shoot you a pattern. Approval if you were okay with that teddy bear, and a time when you could participate. And if we can't get the whole live, the bear done in one live, I will do multiples based on when you are available. And we can do that, yes. But it would have to be, I could do it on a Tuesday class, but I don't want to keep you, week to week, and it takes you 8 weeks to make a teddy bear. So we'll probably do a couple of lives throughout the week. Let me know what time tomorrow morning that you can be available. And yeah, I will do my best, health willing. I didn't turn my coffee warmer on this morning. A mushroom hoodie pattern. I'm not sure what that is. Let me look up here and see what Pinterest might have for us. And I will ask you if that is what you are talking about. And is that knitted or crocheted? The mushroom hoodie pattern. Oh yeah, Marie, I'll definitely be ready by 8. Sure. But check out that picture. All right, Gail, hope to see you next time. It is crochet, okay? Let's check it out and see what Pinterest gives us. Well, if we spell it right. Okay. Oh, good Lord. We got more than one misspelling on here. My eyes are so bad. Got about 15 minutes. A mushroom hoodie. I've got all kinds of mushroom hats. I might have to save some of these. Not finding. I got a Red Riding Hood in there. It's just a hood. I am not seeing. I don't know if you could. Marie, I have 9:47 right now. It should be 8:47 where you are if you're an hour behind me. Or maybe that's not Marie. I don't know. Stormy, I'm still not. You can send me a picture, but you'll have to. Do you have Facebook Messenger, Stormy? Yeah, look at my hook. I got this from Get Crafty Brooks. She is making these and selling these. She is using the Susan Bates hooks, which I love so much. She is trying to get some clover hooks. She was doing some customs. Stormy, if you go to my TikTok, there is a Facebook Messenger link where you can send me a picture directly, and I can help you through there. And when I come back on a live, if you catch up with me, we can handle it from there. I got just a bunch of little mushroom purse. I might have to do one of those. It looks cute. I'm going to save a couple of these for sure, because I have some other projects that I want to work on. See, you just inspired me there, Stormy. Yep, thank you for the follow. But yes, I will help you however I can with anything that I know or don't know how to do. I will learn a technique that I don't know so that I can help you with it. We'll learn it together. How's life? How are you this morning? Kelly, welcome, welcome. But yeah, we were working on a bucket hat this morning. Currently trying to help Stormy find this mushroom crocheted hoodie pattern that she wants. I don't know if it's a whole hoodie or just the hood. It's not bringing up. I got a mushroom cap hat pattern on Etsy. Mushroom purses. But I'm not finding. And it's not, well, let me keep scrolling down here. No. It's just mushroom amigurumi stuff that's coming up. So, thank you for the gift, Hessa Life. I appreciate it. And again, the finger heart and the big love. Thank you so much. Gifts are not necessary. I did not expect to even receive gifts on here. I appreciate it very much. But Stormy's supposed to be sending that to me. And we're probably just going to chitter chatter here. And I can show you some of the things that I'm currently working on. Can I just find you if you tell me? Okay. In my TikTok, there is a link on my page just above where all my pictures and videos are. It's a Linktree link. If you click on that, it's got everything there. My Facebook Messenger. On Facebook Messenger, let me check here so I can check the spelling for you. I think I linked the 1-800-Yarnologist on there. But I want to double check and make sure of the spelling. Oh, why is it not allowing me? Here we go. Oh, I'm not signed on that one on there. It's just Melanie Alexander, and there's a little woman's face in there with, oh, here we go. It's opening it up now. Yeah, it's 1-800-The-Yarnologist. 1-800- like a phone number, and then the, T-H-E in lowercase, a space, and Yarnologist, all in lowercase letters. That's my Facebook Messenger for the class and stuff. I wanted to make sure that it was spelled properly. Oh. Yeah, it's just like the phone number. 1-800- in lowercase letters, a space, and Yarnologist for my Facebook chat. Facebook Messenger. Thank you for the follow, Gina O. Is there anybody else here who wants to see maybe another crochet demonstration? Or we could probably go back and do another row on that bucket hat to finish up, or anything else that you would like to see. I do class. Yeah, hey, Home Hookin', we was hollering you out for Forest Fest coming up in June. You got to go check out Home Hookin'. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of more lives. Week before last, I was on just about every day, but it's just whenever I jump on. I don't have anything scheduled. I don't want to schedule anything and then have to have a bad health day and not be there and have people looking for me. So I don't schedule too much, but if you follow me, you should get the notification that I'm live. I am available from 8 to 10 most mornings. And then I'm again available between 12 and 3. I try to keep after 3 available for my family life, spending time with my family. If you do have issues, you can message me and I will message back, but I don't do a whole lot of lives unless, my husband works over, and then I just do it to stay busy and not be bored. Which one? The scallop stitch that I was working on, Lisa Day? Is that the one you want to see again? That one I just did. If you are crochet savvy, I just chained I will link the pattern that I used, and it's just a chart. It has the symbols for the crochet. I want to show you guys some of that too. Yes, Stormy, I see you right there on my messenger. You found me. And you can send me a picture and I can see what I can do to help you out. Lisa Day, you do have a little bit of crochet knowledge, because I just don't want to start describing if you don't. Because if you do have a little bit, I can go ahead and with this one that I did, it was stitches of 4. You're going to work over 4 stitches. So I had to chain multiples of 4 stitches. Then I did a double crochet row back over. If you're doing this on a blanket edge, because it was showed as a blanket edge, you would, where you finish your blanket, chain 2, do a double crochet. Well, you wouldn't have to do a double crochet round all the way around unless, you know, your edging wasn't proper, because you could do this spacing if you were a more seasoned crocheter without having to do this. But around your blanket edge, you could do single crochet so you don't make it bigger, just to go around the edge to have the stitches to do this. On the second round, you are going to chain 2. Actually, I think it's more than that. No, they did a double crochet. Sorry, I don't have the thing in front of me here, so I'm looking at this and seeing what I did. Double crochet, then you're going to chain 3, and you're going to skip 2 stitches down here and place your double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Then again, you're going to chain 3, skip 2 down here, and double crochet in the 3rd stitch. You're going to do that all the way around for the 2nd row of your scallop edging. Once you've done that, double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet in the 3rd chain from where you started, all the way around. Your next round, when you come in, you are going to double crochet. Then you are going to put 6 double crochets in that chain 3 space that you made in the previous round. After you get your 6 doubles in there, in the next space you're going to do a single crochet. Then you're going to come over here to the next space directly off your single crochet without any chains, and you're going to do a double crochet and attach it into the next space. Then you're going to do 5 more in that same space. So basically it'll be 6 double crochets in the space, and then in the next space you have 1 single crochet. Then you'll do 6 double crochets in the next space and 1 single crochet in the next space. So that gives you your scalloped edging. And this is done on a larger scale. You can make these holes smaller by not doing so many chains and doing a single crochet, or maybe doing the same amount of chains because you need that space, but doing a single crochet down here instead of a double. And that's probably what I would do for a blanket edge, because what you're going to see, this part here is going to be your blanket. This is going to be your edge going around. So I would probably change that. Gail, I'm not sure if you're still here. I would probably change that to a single crochet, which would make this hole not so big. It would be down a little closer for your scallop edge, and you wouldn't have such a big space. But yeah, I was just saying, Gail, that I would probably, where they did the double crochets on the 2nd row with the chain 3s, to not have such a big gap in there, if you wanted to change it up a little bit, put a single crochet in here and your chain 3, single crochet and your chain 3, and then do your double crochets for your scallop on the top. And if you wanted your scallops to be a little more puffy, you could put more than 6 in here if you wanted to make them a little more, you know, but don't overcrowd your space, because then you're going to start to ripple. You want your scallop to lay flat. Okay. Some of them do scallops to where they have a single crochet, a half double, then they do a couple of double crochets, then they do a half double and a single, which really rounds it out a lot more. Okay, you can try that as well. Do a single crochet, a half double, and then do your 2 doubles, and then do a single or half double and then a single. That'll give you a little bit more of a rounded, okay? And that's just from experience, knowing what it looks like as you do it. I didn't want to start just jump in and do a scallop and it not be anything that you have ever seen on any pattern before. So I wanted to make sure that we had a pattern to go by. Magic mushroom stitch. You wanted to learn a stitch. So she wants traditional hoodie, but you want to do the mushroom stitch that is similar to this. Okay. You would have to find, and I'll see if I can't find a magic mushroom stitch pattern. And we are going to go over just a little bit so I can help Stormy. Are you still here, hon? Whenever I want to put detail, texture, lace work, anything that is different than what the pattern calls for, you can do this with any pattern that you choose. You pick a hoodie pattern, and it's basically going to be based off your stitch count. Okay, let me pull out something here that I can show you guys where I have changed a pattern. On my TikTok, I have posted where I had done it's called the Big Comfy Sweater, I think. It's all gray sweater. It's got ribbing at the bottom. It's got a large section of just stockinette stitch, and it's knitted. And you can do crochet the same way. And then it goes to some textured garter stitch and knitting. So what I had done, I don't like plain gaps of nothing. So I have taken and I have put this beautiful color work in where it would just be plain color to just give more to the sweater. Now, the pattern said to cast on a certain number of stitches for the ribbing and for sizing. So I followed the pattern for that part, okay? Okay, Marie, that's fine. Just, you won't be available until 9, okay? Well, how long do you have after 9? Would be my question. Because I can do it from 11 till whenever. But I just have to be off and able to take the phone call with my husband at lunchtime. But back to this. You follow your stitch count for the sweater, cardigan, hoodie, whatever you want to make, whether it be knitted or crochet. You follow the stitch count for the size that you want to make. When you get to the area where you want to use this mushroom stitch pattern, you're going to have to check and see what the multiples of your stitches are for this. And this looks like a video, so I don't want to have this playing over here right now because it will be just way too loud with this tablet going. Your mushroom stitch pattern has a stitch count. How many stitches it needs to do that one mushroom pattern. You're going to take that and divide it by your total stitch count. Now, I will help you with this, and I will 9 to 11. Yes, that'll be fine. Oh, well, can't do 9 to 11 because I have to be off at 10:30. So I can help you from 9 to 10:30, Marie. Okay. Do you have a hoodie pattern, Stormy? So, Marie, if you have to leave today, I will help you at 9 tomorrow, but I'll have to be off at 10:30. Okay? And you will have to remind me tomorrow what it is. Marie, if you can let me know what type of help that you were looking for. Bouncing around all of this. 9 to 10:30. Wednesday. Okay, so I'll be on tomorrow again. I'll go ahead and do a live tomorrow. I might come on early, but Maria, I will wait for you for the pattern help, the teddy bear. That's right. So after you come in, we will switch over to the teddy bear. I will look at that pattern tonight and make sure that it's okay. Some of the patterns that I've run into, the stitch counts never match up. I can't figure out how to fix it. I've taken the pattern to my mom, and she's done the same thing and had the same issues. Sometimes the patterns haven't been tested to make sure that everything is proper. So I want to make sure, and I need to start checking these patterns out before I just start jumping in with you guys so that I make sure that they're okay. Okay, so Stormy, if you could, we're definitely going to need to know what pattern you want to use. So we have the stitch count for the size that you want to make, for the sweater, hoodie, whichever. She wants a traditional hoodie-like style. And does she like pullovers? Does she like ones that are open in the front? And I'll have to see if I can't find that mushroom stitch, just a written pattern. I'm sure there's a written one on here somewhere. If not, my mom can look at things and tell you exactly how to make them. I can have her look at it too, and she could write me out just for the one mushroom, and we can figure out the stitch count from there. But yeah, a pullover hoodie type. Oh, you're just going to measure her body. Well, then we have to, if you're going to do it without a pattern and you're going to do it by measurements, we need to know what type of yarn that you are using. And then we are going to use, you have to do a gauge swatch. You're going to have to do a crocheted gauge swatch to make sure that, you know, your stitches equal inches. So that'll be something that we can do. You can make it fit. I am going to tell you that you need to, and if you just want to make it more so boxy, because hoodies normally are boxy, they're not fitted, it will be okay. You have to measure around the fullest part of her torso. If the fullest part of her torso is around the chest area or around the midsection or around the hips, that's where you need to measure, wherever the widest part of the torso is. And then we can take that measurement from there and make a hoodie. And I can help you make it fit, but just need the measurement of the widest part of her torso. And we also need measurements at her wrist and her upper arm. Like 3 or 4 inches down from where your arm bends for your armpit. Come 3 or 4 inches down from center armpit and measure, which should be the widest part of her upper arm. And we can go from there. And if you do it that way, with this mushroom stitch pattern, and you write down what you do for each row, you have your own pattern. And I can help you set that up, to write it up, to make your own pattern for that sweater, and you are now a designer and no longer a crocheter. But that's if you want to take that next step. And I can work all of that with you. Stormy, if you can be here tomorrow, or let me know here on the messenger when you have time available, and I will work on that with you. Okay, that's fine. Just let me know when you have everything together right here through this message, and we'll set up a time that you're available, and we'll go through. Don't worry about rushing and all of that. We'll, you know, I'm here. I'm homebound. I'm here every day. If I'm not on TikTok, you can hit me through Messenger. I did put those links in there for that purpose. If you need help and I'm not here on live, hit me up. I'll help you through the Messenger, or I'll jump on live so you can see it visually. Because, yeah, sometimes I'm a hands-on learner. Sometimes I'm a visual learner. Sometimes I can take a book and learn. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. July, you've got plenty of time. You've got plenty of time. And it's crocheted. Yeah. So I will look at this mushroom stitch pattern, and since, you know, we're not got a whole lot going on, yeah, I can help you with all of that. I will look at all of this after I get off the call with my husband to see if I can't put this together. I'm also going to check some basic hoodie construction so that I can help you out as far as how to do the hood, where to attach it on so that it, you know, works properly. Basic hoodie construction so that we can get it done upright for you. And I can share all of that. Oh, I see a picture here that you just sent me. So is this what you have so far? Or is this what you want to kind of replicate to do that mushroom stitch in? I know I'm probably loud because I'm all on the phone. Sorry. I don't mean to be yelling in everybody's ears. I'm trying to look around this phone and see my tablet. Yeah, if you want to do it on this same basic construction, that'll be easy to do. We just have to make sure that each row of crochet that you have there has enough stitches to accommodate completing that mushroom stitch all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead and end for today. Stormy, I'm going to look at some of the things for you. Maria, if you're still here, we'll see you tomorrow. And we'll work on that teddy bear. Stormy will also help you out tomorrow too. Or if you have it, when you have it, not tomorrow. When you have it, we'll get it done. But Maria will work with you tomorrow. Anybody who wants to come back that is interested in doing any type of amigurumi or stuffed animals, I'm going to be working on a teddy bear tomorrow. We won't be starting that until 9. But I will be back on with some other basic things tomorrow. So anybody who wants to join, and if you would like to learn how to make the teddy bear, I did link the pattern that we're going to be using on TikTok. Go ahead and check that pattern out and give it a look. It is a knitted pattern. Stormy, if you followed me, you will get notification, but yes, I will specifically send you or have one of my friends send you a link that I'm on. Actually, I'll probably just send it here through Facebook Messenger. I'll let you know I'm jumping on before I get on. Debbie Harkness, no problem. No problem. I'm here to help everybody learn the things that they want to learn. Class kind of starts off with, whatever I've started or whatever somebody else has suggested from last class. So if there's anything that you want to see, any stitch that you want to see, hit me up. Trying to get things situated here to where through the week I will have lives on showing stitches, basic sweater construction, basic knit and crochet stitches. And then whenever, I get somebody to hit me up and say, hey, let's look at this. And if we have time, we'll do it. If not, it will be for the next live or the next Tuesday class. Okay, Debbie, you sent to Facebook. Stormy, I am in Eastern Standard Time. I live in Pennsylvania. Oh, the picture that you have is a totally different project than the hoodie, but it does look good. It does look very good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this design, I did a stroller-sized blanket with this design, and I like this design, and I already had the pattern wrote out for it. And if you guys saw the pattern that I used for this, you would think that I was absolutely crazy. Let me see here if I can find it again. I don't think it's in this one. No. Okay. This right here, I can show you this. This isn't the pattern that I'm currently working on, but this is how this pattern would look. It looks like a graph. I'll show you the inside here in just a minute. Yeah, I'm working with two yarns at the same time. So it's color work, and I'm actually trapping floats. And as I progress on, I will show you guys how to do that, and I'll show you the inside here too. But each one of these blocks is a stitch color. It's almost like a crochet grafghan if you've ever done any. And I can show you crochet grafghans if you like to, and you can make blankets with pictures on them. But each block represents a stitch, and it represents the color. And over here, I have each row broke down. I use two of the black or I break it down into design color and background color. And this I actually did in a double knit. That's why it's that way. And I'll show you how we do double knits too. I'll show you everything that you want to learn and everything that I can do. But the inside of that sweater looks like that. As long as, and you have to, because you use so much, like on these rows here, you've got so many long lines of just this maroon color. If you don't catch that white that you stretch from here way over to here, you'd have a long line of white stitch back in the back, and that's enough for you to get 3 or 4 fingers in. And if that's in the sleeve of a sweater, you're always going to get caught in there. So on the back side between these stitches, and I have my fingers on the back side so you can see that same area, you can see where here with these red stitches, I've captured the white stitches. See here? So that I don't have that long string that would be between my 2 fingers there. And when I work this, Stormy, you're going to think it's crazy. And anybody who's a left-handed knitter, I use both sides of my brain at the same time, because when I knit this, and I'm not going to knit any stitches because I don't have my pattern out here in front of me, I'm holding my yarn like this. And if this next stitch was a white one, I'd do a white. If it was a red, I'd do a red. And the whole way through, 2 hands. So I'm knitting with my right and my left at the same time. So, and it's not, a lot of people do color work. A lot of people do color work. So I've got this going. I've got a vintage smoker's jacket going that I've altered another pattern to put in different stuff. I've got a Lord of the Rings blanket that I'm helping another person with. It was a blanket that I wanted to do and had it in my pattern lineup, as I call it. And it's double knitted. But, yep, there's a lot of stuff that I do. And we're coming up on almost 20 after 10. Stormy, I do knit and I do teach knit. I was just teaching. I think you were here last class and I did long tail cast on and stuff. And I'm not sure if you saw that. But I am going to start doing, dividing up my lives. So that way I can have one just for knit and one just for crochet. And pretty much have, this is what I'm going to do on this live, and try not to avoid stopping what I'm doing to answer other questions. That way, you know, I get a little bit of videos out there or lives. I wish that I could do longer videos on TikTok to show some of the designs and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of basics to get people up and running in the knit and crochet. So if you know anybody who wants to learn, share my live, you know, just pass it all around. Give it to everybody. Those who want it will use it, and those who don't, yeah, they'll just toss it aside. But I hope that you guys have a great day, and I hope that, unlike me today, that your stitch count always matches. And we're going to go ahead and close out for today. And of course, happy crafting.